This is on the neighbor's property, and the snow load was so much that it actually brought the tree down closer to the bottom of the ground. So that's a lot of weight. Leaning that tree, snow gathering, leaning the tree, snow gathering, leaning the tree, snow gathering until it snaps it. It's exactly what happened to this tree and many other trees around here. It's a lot of snow. What's good, America? If you know, if you know, you know, if you know. Anyways, back up here at Timberline, and on the front porch, on one of the porches anyways, we're gonna do a little video here about snow load and what that means to our trees. We had a little bit of damage over the winter time, and we had about, I think I counted 8 or 9 trees that got snapped off from snow load. We did get a lot of snow this winter. It took me 3 full days to dig out. That's never happened before. It's probably too dangerous to dig out, but I did it anyways. I got a reputation for doing that. Probably need to, as I get older, end that reputation a little bit. Right there, you can see it. That tree has been snapped off from snow load. And you saw on the first video when I came up and was digging out in February that I noticed that, because there was a limb up against the barn and also this tree that had been snapped off. And this is about a 8 to 10 diameter tree, I believe. Let's switch the angle here. So we had about 5 trees snap off during this last winter. We had one day where we got a lot of snow in a short period of time, or at least we had 1 week where we got a lot of heavy wet snow in a short period of time. I'd say that that is probably, it's hard to tell on the camera, but that's about a 10-inch diameter, I would say. So there's one tree. So there it is. Let's walk around the property. We're gonna walk down the road that we share and then walk down AVR and back up Timberline Road and see how many trees we can count. There's an aspen that's been snapped off. It's kind of hard to see from right here. There you go. That's probably 5, where's it at? Right there. It's probably a 5-inch diameter aspen. In good health at one time. And then here we have the neighbor's property. This tree snapped off. 2 trees snapped off, or no, just the 1 tree. It's just hanging there. You have to walk around that.
Yeah, it looks like we lost the limb here. Actually, I think it snapped.
But that's, yeah. There's another aspen.
Yeah, it leaned over so far that it snapped right here. We're gonna have to clear that out.
And then the neighbors had that happen to them. It's a good sized tree. You can get some scale because he's got his 10-wheeler in there. So that's his dump truck. That's a good sized tree. So this is definitely the heaviest snow that we've ever experienced down here. Another tree. A couple of little aspens in here snapped off. This is all from snow weight. Snow building up on the tree, bending it over, And if the tree's too old or too rigid, they just snap. There's another one on John's property. So I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counting the aspen on John's property. And 1 on our property so far. Here's another tree that's been beat up over the years.
Oh, there's one.
It's been snapped a couple of times, and then it's got its own little shoots coming up out of there. It's hard to tell with all the other trees in the background, but that's like a Y because it's been snapped off several times, and that's a new snap right there. Got the creek flowing pretty good. Oh, we should have checked over there for morels. Now we're on AVR, and this is one of our aspens. This is probably only 3 or 4 inch diameter, but so there's the first one on AVR. Here's the second one on AVR. So that's a total of 3 on our property and 5 that we can see on John's property. This is all snow weight. You can see right here, this is a younger tree that got snow weighted. I will have to cut this because it will never grow back to being straight up and down again. But it was still young enough that it was pliable. And so instead of snapping off because it was completely hard, it's still soft enough that it can bend and then grow in that direction. But that direction is across the road, so that isn't going to work. But that one, not pliable, snapped off. That one's probably 6 or 8 diameter. And this is probably 2 or 3 diameter. And here's number 4 on our property, still on AVR. Another tree bent over by snow weight. That one must have still been soft enough to be able to bend, but it's probably 4 or 5 inch diameter. And then of course this one that's broke snapped off. So now we have 2 bents and 4 snap offs.
This couldn't have fallen any better because
Yeah.
5 more feet and it would have been in the middle of our road. It just landed right along the side perfectly.
Yep.
Placed there.
That just means that I will be able to work on other things instead of having to chainsaw that one up right away. Because I have about 4 or 5 of them that are in the road that need to be sawed up. I don't know if you can see that aspen over there. Right there. That's in the middle of the road. So that's number 6. There's number 6. This is down right by the spring. 6. And that was 5 right there. It's hard to see. That's 5. 6. There's another one that's bent over that will probably survive but never come back. It's not in the way, so we'll probably leave it at least for a while, but it's crazy. It could be that this tree is just still more green than the other trees, not as hard as the other trees, or the snow weight was different and it didn't accumulate a bunch of snow weight at once, just slowly accumulated it until it bent it over real slow. It's hard to tell.
There's a dead one this time.
Oh yeah, one of the bushes snapped off right there. Onward down the trail. Those need cut. Yeah, they're thorny. Hawthorns. They stick you like fire. You touch them and it's like touching fire. This is the more wild and woodsy area of the property. It's really my favorite part of the property. It's an area that really makes you feel like you're deep in the woods. Which whenever we go hunting, we get pretty deep in the woods. There's another one that's snapped. Not really a tree. I'm not going to count these. It's like one of those really big bushes that's not hawthorn. That's the top of a tree. She thinks she sees something. Squirrel. It's hard to identify which tree it is because we got a lot of trees right here, and I think I noticed it the other day, but we're gonna count that. That's pretty far. It's not the very tip top. You can definitely see that the tip top got snapped off and then fell, and then snapped it further down. It's probably a 4 to 5 inch diameter where it snapped it. Another little tree there. Then we got this going over the road. We'll get a recording of that when we go up the other way. Not going to count this little tree. That is the 4th tree that's bent over the road. This is Timberline Road, so that'll have to get cut. So that one over there is number 7. So that was 7 over where Lindsay's at. I'm going to count that one because it was at the top. And then this is going to be number 8. Number 8. And over the last 5 years, I can't think of one tree that was snapped off like this, either at the very top, middle, or bottom. These are all the above. Here's another one, the snow weight bent over. I don't know if that's going to come back or not. Probably will not. It's just bent so far. And I probably, since it's not blocking us from being able to drive or anything for now, at some point we might come in here and get dirt out of there and push it over into there. But for right now, I got a bunch of other trees to take care of, plus all the ones that got pushed over by the dozer. So that will stay there for a few years, maybe forever. So this is our fourth tree that's bent over. So we have 8 trees snapped off, 4 trees that are bent over. And this one is one I will have to take care of soon, because you can't drive down here without this being gone.
This one almost snapped off. It's cut. It just never fell completely away.
Yeah,
It's dead.
I'm not really going to count that one.
Really?
Well, I mean,
The snow weight killed it. It's just not
I know,
completely
but
fallen off.
or bent it. It doesn't have to necessarily even been killed, but yeah, I don't know. That'll be 10 or 9.
9.
9 if we count that one. Right there, that's where it snapped off from. Right there. So it snapped off from there. So it looks like 9 total. Possibly 10 if I miscounted on the whole walk. But I mean, we did have some snapped off before in the past. See, that's an old one. You can tell by the wood. It's gray. So this has happened in the past, but I don't remember ever seeing it happen since we've had the property. That was probably like that when we bought it, and then just never noticed it.